This is Hot Ticket, your source for what's happening in Hampton Roads. I'm Dan Cawley. And it's supposed to be more than a day off. Every year in January, around the country, we take a day to honor the legacy and the memory of Martin Luther King Jr. But what does that mean, and what is there to do on Martin Luther King Day? Joining me now to talk about that and talk about one special event that's been happening now for 28 years, Rodney Jordan from the Urban League of Hampton Roads. Rodney, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For a lot of people, it's just become sort of a long weekend. It should be a little more, shouldn't it?
Absolutely should be, and I hope it's more than a long weekend. You know, we recognize Dr. King for his great contributions and leadership to our country. You know, it seems that in recent years we celebrate Martin Luther King, the dreamer, and in doing that, oftentimes we forget about the struggle, the drum major for justice, the individual that was in Memphis, you know, working for sanitation workers and really being out there on the forefront of addressing many issues that we find ourselves dealing with today. So, you know, not only is it a pleasure to be here to talk to you about the Urban League breakfast, but I think more importantly, or as important, sending forward a message that, you know, on the holiday and on his actual birthday and on the weekend, and if anything, the other 364 days of the year outside of the day that we celebrate his holiday, that we are out there advocating for economic justice, that we're dealing with issues as we're seeing more and more of our fellow Americans falling into poverty or on hard times, issues around health. So, you know, Dr. King's holiday is an opportunity to honor and pay tribute to him. But I think the best way we can do that is working on the causes and issues that he advanced the other 364 days of the year as well as on his holiday.
And that's what the Urban League is all about.
Yes, the Urban League, we are a organization. We're about addressing economic justice and equity and health and education for African Americans and others with a focus on self-reliance and economic empowerment. And so we're just pleased to be able to do this breakfast for the 28th year.
I was going to say, this is the 28th time the community's gathered together with the Urban League to recognize individuals in the community who have done something special, done something more. And that's what this breakfast is all about.
It's all about.
It's a time to reflect and to honor and pay tribute to certain individuals.
That's correct. We recognize doers. You mentioned earlier about not taking a day off. Sure. This is an opportunity to recognize individuals in the community that other individuals in the community have recommended be recognized for the work that they do.
So it's a heavy subject, but it's a wonderful event. It honors terrific individuals. We're looking at some photographs from last year. Who are we paying tribute to this year?
Well, we're gonna recognize Maurice Jones at the Pilot Landmark Media, publisher, and we believe
community leader,
community leader. Also, former professor at Norfolk State University, Dr. Curtis Langley. He's been a great educator and a community leader. Also, going to pay tribute to Julie Hill. She has worked with the Lost Boys and Girls of Sudan, and also Mae Breckenridge Haywood, who's led the African American Historical Society in Portsmouth. So those are just 4 individuals who will join the list of many other individuals that we've recognized over the years.
Over 28 years.
Yes, sir.
Speaker Kay Cole James.
Yes.
Former director of the Office of Personnel Management. Now, you're going to be talking about leadership. You're going to be talking about the legacy of character and community and leadership that Martin Luther King has left us with. So heavy subject, but a great way to start a day and a great opportunity to be thinking that day about what it means to all of us.
Yeah, and we're looking for a great message from Ms. James. I mean, she has been a outstanding leader in government, in the private sector, working now with the Gloucester Institute. We're pleased this year to be able to have the breakfast at the Founders Inn in partnership with Regent University. You know, we work with the various universities in the region, and so Regent has come forward this year to be our host, and we're very thankful for that.
Well, I know Cox Communications has been pleased to support and work with the Urban League over the years, and what we'd like to do is encourage people who possibly aren't connected to the Urban League. This breakfast is a wonderful opportunity to go work with the Urban League and get a feeling for what it's all about. Rodney, thank you very much for being here. We'll see you at the breakfast.
All right. Go forward to seeing you.
And thank you for being here and for watching Hot Ticket. We'll see you thinking and working on Martin Luther King Day.